ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಮೇಲೆ 12 ಗಂಟೆಗೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ನೋಡಿ, ಎಷ್ಟು ಕಡಿಮೆ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾ?
ಇಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದ್ಸಲ ಲಾಗಿನ್ ಆಗ್ಬಿಟ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕ್ ಜಾಯ್ನ್ ಆಗ್ತಾರೆ.
ಸರಿ ಸರಿ.
ಈಗ ಆಲ್ರೆಡಿ ತುಂಬಾ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿದೆ.
ನೋಡಿದೆ. Good morning, students. Today I'll continue yesterday's class. Okay, yesterday we have learned history of computers, generation of computers, then the definition of computer, hardware means what, software means what. So I will continue now the classification of computers. Yesterday I taught you characteristics of a computer, and now classification of computers. Yesterday I told you based how computers are classified. Okay, see, computers are classified into analog. Also I told you analog and digital. So there are hybrid computers is there, which is a combination of both the analog and digital. Okay. So yesterday I taught you till there. I also explained you general purpose computers, and special purpose computers. Yesterday I have given you the examples. General purpose means the name only indicates that you can use the same computer for many purpose. Okay, somebody will use the computer for typing the letter. Some may use for creating a document. Some will use for creating a presentation, like that. Okay, the same can be used for many purpose. Special means only for specific purpose. I told you, I have given you yesterday a digital camera example, washing machine, and all. They're all special purpose computers. For example, Tally is a Tally you'll be using only for payroll. Okay, they're all specific softwares. Okay, so here classification based on size, speed, and capability. See how it is classified. Computers are classified into first one is microcomputers, then mini computers, then mainframes, finally supercomputers. The name only says based on the size, speed, and capability to handle volume of data, computers can be classified into like micro, mini, mainframes, and supercomputers. Micro is the least. After micro, you have mini. After mini, you have mainframes. After mainframes, you have supercomputers. So the name only it tells supercomputers. So you can see this. This is a very big computer. This is called as a supercomputer. You can see here in the screen. So here supercomputers are the fastest computers with extremely large storage capacities and computing power. These are more powerful than mainframes and are ideal for computing applications that involve large volumes of data and intensive computing. They can process up to 1 billion of instructions per second. A conventional computer uses a single process that can process a single instruction at a time, whereas a supercomputer has multiple processors that can process multiple instructions at a time. So this is achieved using a technique called parallel processing. Means if you have many processes, you can do parallelly. So in parallel processing, the instructions are simultaneously executed by different processors simultaneously. This reduces the computation time and thus leads to an increase in computation speed. Some specialized supercomputers are fault tolerant. They use backup mechanism to automatically isolate and reconfigure hardware that fails during the system operation. Supercomputers are used in scientific research such as weather forecasting, cryptography, weapon research, medicine, ISRO, defense, etc. Examples of supercomputers are Cray-2, Param, etc. See, when you watch news, they will at the end they will tell you about weather, right? See, weather forecasting, they'll use supercomputers. In advance, it will only tell you it is where the more heat is there, where snowfalls is there, where heavy rains are there. All this you can know well in advance, okay, and take the measures, okay. So now we can also avoid the disasters. So it helps in disaster management. Okay, so even in Madikeri, Markera, and all, so by continuous monitoring, they have also shifted, as you know, they have also shifted the residential people who are nearby sea or like that, in the sea coastal region and all. You might have already observed in the news. So due to heavy floods and all, they will shift the people to the safer place. Okay, so these all these activities can only be performed by the supercomputers. These supercomputers are used in defense, military, okay, ISRO. Now you have already, when I think in 2014, these supercomputers were used because they are used by the ISRO people to see the satellite launched in Mars. Okay, mom ko Mars mil gaya. When Modi resumed his first as a prime minister, he also explained, he also told that mom ko Mars ko mom mil gaya, like that, something he said. I remember it very well. So this all could happen only with the help of supercomputer. Sitting at your place, you can see the satellite on the moon, on the sun, and all those things. Okay, so this is all possible through the supercomputers. So you know it, execution speed is billion million instructions per second. So this is the fastest computer when you compare to other computers. The next level is after supercomputers, little bit smaller is mainframes. These mainframes are general purpose, large scale, expensive machine with huge storage capacity. And these mainframes are very expensive, and you have a huge storage, but when compared to supercomputers, it is a little bit lesser. Okay, so they are called mainframes because the system CPUs of these computers are usually housed in a frame like compartment. You can see this figure here. This is a mainframes. Okay, it's a huge computers. Here housed in a frame like compartment type, like this. Okay, they have very high processing speed. Hundreds of users can simultaneously work on these systems. I'm telling you, hundreds of users. For example, Facebook company is in California. They use mainframes. You know, many of almost all people, they use Facebook. They have created their own accounts. Every day they will be uploading their photos. It's a tendency of human being, when you visit some new places, or when you go to some tour or some exotic location, you just take a photograph, and it's in a habit of uploading the photos in Facebook. Even I do sometimes. If I'm happy, if I want to upload any of my achievements and all, even I do. Okay, so because of the Facebook is a social media, so they use mainframes. You know how much storage, how each one small, if you want to upload a small photo also, it takes a lot of memory. Minimum the passport size photo only, they'll ask 300 KB or like that. So it is a huge storage. Many people will be uploading their photos simultaneously. So this has got a huge storage. Okay, so every day they will be So 24 hours they work there. So I hope you understand now. Hundreds of users can simultaneously work on these systems. Okay. So in a traditional mainframe environment, each user works at a component terminal. Mainframe usually employs multiple processors for processing data and separate unit output processor to increase the throughput and performance of the system. See, these are all the how it happens inside the computer. They have all separate input output operations. They have a multi processing system. So many hundreds of millions of users can utilize this facility. So only we are using Facebook. That how it works you don't know. You just upload your videos, your photos, all new things you'll be uploading, right? But this requires a huge storage. So all this is maintained at one headquarters, that is in California, Facebook company, right? So they all use mainframes. They are a huge computers, almost room type. Okay. So they are ideal for transaction processing, financial applications, payroll investment analysis, etc. They are capable of processing between 14 to 20 MIPS, means million instructions per second, with computer word exceeding 64 bits. Examples of mainframe computers are IBM 370, UNIVAC 1100, VAX 8000, etc. Okay, so here in mainframes, even you might have heard in our own country, in India, we have the Infosys. You might have heard Infosys. Everybody knows Infosys. It's a huge company across so many countries. They have spread across so many countries. Okay, the headquarters is at Bangalore. So in Bangalore, they have mainframes here. So the whole database is stored in mainframe. Suppose at headquarters Bangalore, suppose if they lose the data at some country also, it will be available in headquarters. So like that, they have grown so faster and their working environment is so nice. That's why many people opt for Infosys applications. Okay, so they are all software generating company it is. Okay, so I have given you many examples. Hope you might have understood. And dear students, I want to tell you, I think you might have, yesterday I told you to watch my video lectures. Go to youtube.com. There you give Computer Fundamentals by Dr. Sumati Ramakrishna Gowda. It will display my video lecture. In that, I have shown you all this with the examples. So kindly go through that, how computers are classified, and the meaning of supercomputers, the meaning of mainframes, mini, micro. Micro is the least. Okay. So all this with the examples, with the video, I have explained you very nicely in that. Okay. So please browse. If you have not browsed my video, kindly browse my video. You will be knowing in detail. Okay. So the next is, now you have learned mainframes. Mainframes looks like this. Okay. So next is mini computer. Mini is little bit smaller, as the name only tells, mini computer. Mini computer means it is little bit smaller than mainframes. You can see this diagram. Okay, this is a mini computer. So the term mini computer was originated in 1960s when it was realized that many computing tasks do not require an expensive contemporary mainframe computers, but can be solved by a small inexpensive computer. See, each application has different type of computers. See, when you are using desktop at home, you don't need mini computers, you don't need mainframes, you don't need supercomputers. Okay, they're all very expensive computers. So depending on the application, you have to purchase the computers. Okay. Now you know the difference of supercomputer, mainframes. Super is the fastest. That is the first. That is the biggest computer. After that, the little bit smaller is mainframes. Smaller than mainframes is mini computer. So you can see the diagram in the image here. So the term mini, I told you, it is originated in 60. So here, when the applications are a little bit smaller, then you can go to mini computers. But can be it can be solved by a small, inexpensive computer. Early mini computers were 8-bit and 12-bit machines, but by 1970s, almost all mini computers were 16-bit machines. Now they usually employ 32-bit processor. Okay, a 32-bit mini computer is called as super mini. Means super mini had more peripheral devices, large memory, and could support more users working simultaneously on a computer in comparison to previous computers. Mini computers mini computers are slower than mainframes and often have less memory when compared to mainframes. See now, see here how we are comparing. Means super is the fastest, means the processor speed, storage is very very high. In terms of storage, in terms of speed, in terms of cost, in terms of speed, in terms of storage, in terms of cost, and in terms of size, we are differentiating. Means we are classifying, we are making the classification of computers. Now you hope you understand this. Mini computers has got its own operating system. For example, V3R7 means version 3R7, AES 400. AES 400 is an operating system which is used for mini computers. This is operation of mini computers is little bit different. You should know how to just like DOS means the disk operating system. You might be knowing that in order to work in DOS, you should know the commands. Okay, how to create a file, for that you have a command. How to save the file, for that you have a command. Likewise, only mini computers uses different operating system. For that we use a IBM AS 400. That is also one type of operating system. In order to use these mini computers, you should know the commands. Okay, it has got different commands. These computers are used for companies. Companies which are small companies, but this is also expensive. Okay, but this is less expensive compared to mini computers. Okay, mini computers are slower than mainframes and often have less memory when you compare to mainframes. They are usually designed for real-time dedicated applications. How they can also act as a server in network environment. Real-time means which is happening on real-time. See, real-time means, see, when in the internet you are doing online shopping, online business, that is called as real-time. Okay, which you are ordering, which you are doing business through the net at real-time. So they use, for real time, they use mini computers because this is less expensive when you compare to mainframes. Depending on their utility, they go for the what type of computer they require, they go. Okay, they are usually designed for real. These mini computers are designed for real time computers, usually for servers. So most mini computers can handle multiple terminals, thereby providing a mainframe-like environment at low cost for a less number of users. So here many terminals means many users can use with low cost, with less number of users when compared to mainframes. Okay, here also parallelly you can work. Mini computers are employed for a number of business functions such as processing royalties and analyzing market data, etc. Okay, examples of mini computers are IBM system, PDP-11, etc. So hope you have understood mini computers. This is a mini computer. Now workstation. What do you mean by workstation? Workstations lie somewhere between mid-range computers and PC. See here, you can see this image. Okay, so here workstation lies somewhere between mid-range computers and PCs. These are specialized single-user computers with many of the features of special computers. but with the processing power of a mini computer. Okay, they can be used by individuals or by groups. Workstations typically use advanced processor with more primary and secondary storage capacity. They are equipped with large high resolution monitors and accelerated graphic processors to handle advanced design, modeling, animation, and video editing. To handle this, to do animation, video editing, all this. Workstations are heavily used by engineers, designers, architects, film industry animators, and molecular modeling simulators. Examples of workstations are Sun Spark, HP 700 series, etc. Okay. Now, microcomputer is the least, smallest. So these are low cost, low machines built using microprocessor. Microprocessors are also known as PCs, means personal computers, and designed for office and personal use. See, the computers which are using laptop, desktop, they're all microcomputers. See, this is the low cost and low storage means you can imagine, no, low means how much you can store. You can store huge storage also. Okay, when you compare to the other, all the above, this is the least. Okay, in terms of cost, in terms of storage, in terms of speed. They are usually employed in word processing, spreadsheets. I told you, you can draw the you can use spreadsheets, means Excel sheet, PPT. You can create your own documents for many purposes. The basic units of a PC are the system unit, the video display terminal, keyboard, and a mouse. See, all this you have seen, right? Display terminal, your monitor, keyboard, mouse, they are all the parts of this PC. The system unit is the rectangular metal box that houses the processor, which we call as a CPU. CPU is nothing but, which looks like Dabba, is nothing but the processor, the central processing unit. Within that box, everything is mounted, where data are input, processed, stored, and retrieved. This unit also contains primary memory, disk drives, a power supply, and outlets for connecting input and output devices. The visual display unit provides users with image of data, instructions, and output. The keyboard and the mouse are the most popular input devices for microcomputers. See, if anybody asks you keyboard and mouse, which type of devices, they are input devices because they are inputting the data, okay, through these devices. They are called as input devices. Output devices is a monitor, printer, they are all output devices. Okay, the keyboard and the mouse are the most popular input devices for microcomputers. The components of PC can be customized to meet the user configuration. For example, a user may choose to have a system that has built-in fax capabilities, while another user may require a communication device, such as modem, installed in the unit. Most of the PCs are equipped with plug and play support that allows the user to connect new hardware to the existing system and directly use them without bothering about the detailed intricacies involved in configuring the hardware. Examples of microcomputers are IBM PC, PS2, Apple II, Macintosh, so Dell, they are all microcomputers. Here you can use any type of plug and play. You can use your camera, or you can phone also, your laptop, your phone, all this phone also you can connect. So here you can plug and play, means any you can also plug your secondary storages, pen drive, hard disk, external hard disk, you can plug and play. Okay, so all this laptop, notebooks, handheld devices, your portable computer, means tablet, then your mobile phone, they all come under microcomputers. Okay, laptops and notebooks are battery operated computers that can be used anywhere at any time, anytime. Right, see this laptop, you have already seen laptop Primary differences between laptop and a notebook are size and weight. That's it. Okay. No, laptop computers are small enough to fit on the lap of a user, and the notebook computer are even smaller than the laptops. Okay, a little bit smaller. However, both laptops and notebooks are equipped with powerful microprocessors, graphic capabilities, adequate memory size, mouse-driven input. Some laptops and notebooks even have fax capabilities, CD-ROM drives, and optional storage devices, and can be linked to various input-output devices. The portability of laptops and notebooks have increased the productivity of many workers, particularly field workers and those who travel extensively. See, laptops you can have your own CD-ROM drive. Suppose if you want, you can have pen drive. You can also have a USB connectors. All this, okay. Hmm. Next is handheld computers. Handheld computers are also called as palm tops. They are smaller than a notebook and can easily operated on palm. There are three main categories of palm tops. PDA means personal digital assistant, smartphone, tablet, PC. Here you can see this PDA. PDAs are among the smallest of portable computers that are used for special applications such as taking notes, displaying telephone numbers and addresses, and keeping track of dates and agendas. PDA can be connected to a larger computer to exchange data. Most PDAs are supplied with an electronic pen. This is the electronic pen that lets the user write on a touch sensitive screen. Other features of PDAs include built-in microphone and speaker, enabling the user to record speech digitally, personal information management software, miniatured version of personal productivity application, internet and fax or email software are used. Okay, see, this is just like a small your phone only. Okay, and they're all handy, means you can use by using your palm hands. Next is smartphone. Now everybody is using smartphone. This is your smartphone. Some uses iPhone, Apple phone. There are many smartphones are there. Brand names are Oppo, Vivo, then Realme. So many are there. So growth in demand for advanced mobile devices boosting powerful processors, abundant memory, large screens and open operating system has led to the invention of smartphones. Now we are all using Android phones. So here it is very Android, it's very friendly. A smartphone is considered to be the combination of traditional PDA and cellular phone with a bigger focus on cellular phone. These handheld devices integrate mobile phone capabilities with the more common features of handheld computer or PDA. Smartphones allow the users to store information, you can send email, install programs along with using a mobile phone in one device. A smartphone's features are usually more oriented towards mobile phone options than the PDA-like features. There is no industry standard for what defines a smartphone. So any mobile device that has more basic cell phone capabilities can actually be filed under the smartphone category of devices. A smartphone is a phone usually runs complete operating system software, providing a standardized interface and platform for application developers. It has a simplified interface and provides advanced features like email, internet, ebook, reader capabilities, or built-in full keyboard or external USB keyboard or external USB keyboard and VGA connector. In other words, it is a miniature computer that has phone capability. All options what you do in laptop, it's all available in nowadays in smartphone. Okay, you can type, you can save, you can do all that. You can also connect it to the laptop or your desktop. Tablet, this is a tablet PC, this one. Okay, a tablet PC is cross between a notebook PC and a handheld computer. Okay, It is a flat panel portable PC in a form of a slate. It allows the user enter information writing on the screen with a stylus or electronic pen. They'll give stylus to write on the screen, electronic screen. The electronic pen can be directly used on the screen, just like a mouse, to do the things like select, drag and drop, and open files. Okay, it can be used in place of a keyboard to handwrite notes and communication. Unlike a touch screen, the tablet PC screen only receives information from this special pen. So instead of using mouse, you can also use the stylus for using this tablet. Okay. So now you have learned the classification of computers based on the size, application, and speed. Okay. So students, now you have learned what is a supercomputer, what is a mainframe, what is a mini computer, what is a microcomputer, then all the four classification of computers. Now we'll move to units of a computer. If you have watched my video, you have already studied what I'm going to teach you in this class, that is functional units of a computer. See here, a computer has got, see, we are using computers in almost in all the area where not home data. We use computers for storing database, designing buildings. You are doing so many work. Okay. So here there are four, regardless of type and size, all computers follow the four basic functional components as follows: input unit, storage unit, CPU means central processing unit, output unit. These are the four functional components of a computer, whether it is a mainframe, whether it is a supercomputer, mini or micro. These are the four essential components of a computer. Then application of computers. Tell me where we are not using computers. Computers, I need not tell you. You only know the applications. Okay. Computers are not affecting every sphere of human activity and bringing about many changes in industry, government, education, medicine, and scientific research, law, social sciences, and even in arts like music and painting, everywhere. So education, banking, airline and railways reservation, medical diagnosis, weather forecasting, cartoon film production, space research, information technology. These are the areas, almost in all areas you need a computer. Okay, you can design. Suppose if you want to build a house, means you can design your house before constructing it and see the top view, elevation, front view. You can do some modifications and then finally design it. See, after constructing the house, you cannot do modifications, right? So this helps in so many ways. Sitting at home, you can book your airline tickets, railways tickets, bus tickets, forecasting. Then even cartoon film production, they do nice cartoon films for children. Space research, as I told you, all these day-to-day activities. Every day whenever you watch TV, you see most of the things. For everything they use computer. Okay. So these are the four basic types. Regardless of type, size, all computers has got four basic operations: input operations, storage unit, central processing unit, and output unit. See, all this I have explained very clearly, very nicely in my video lectures. Please browse, go to youtube.com, just give Dr. Sumati Ramakrishna Gowda. It will display the computer fundamentals video lectures, which is recorded in our own university. Okay, all this I have explained in detail. Okay, what is this input unit? So whatever the data you feed through, that becomes the input unit. Central processing unit, CPU. CPU contains control unit, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit. Okay, so this is secondary memory. This is output unit. Output unit means output devices connected to. See, this input unit is connected to the CPU. Output unit is also connected to the CPU. All input-output operations are done through the input devices. Which are the input devices? Keyboard, mouse, they are all input devices. You are entering the data through the keyboard. You are using the mouse to point it to the for pointing purpose. So output devices you are using to see the monitor display. So if you want a hard copy, you can take a printout. So they are called as output devices. So here the function of each unit is described here. So what your input unit does? Input can be nearly any kind of data. So I told you, I have explained you, there are 4 types of data. Alphabets, alphabetical, numerical, alphanumerical, special characters, yesterday's class. So whatever you are entering the data, it may be letters, numbers, symbols, shapes, colors, sounds, etc. So they are all data only. How you are entering? Through the keyboard. Information is entered into computer through input devices. Some popular input devices are keyboard, mouse, joystick, floppy, and hard disk, punch cards, optical mark reader, etc. In short, the input unit performs the following functions. It accepts or reads data and programs set of instructions. It converts the instructions and data in computer acceptable form. It supplies the converted instructions and data for further processing. Okay. So next is storage unit. So whatever you type, whatever you do, it should be stored in the memory. Okay. So the storage unit is, the function of storage unit is to store information. Storage is of 2 types, temporary memory and permanent memory. Temporary memory is a primary storage. Permanent memory is a secondary storage. The storage unit performs the following functions. It stores the data and the programs, set of instructions. Programs means it is a set of instructions. It holds the intermediate results of processing. It stores final results of processing before they are passed on to the output unit. Okay. Next is CPU. CPU means central processing unit. This is the brain of computer. Its primary function is to execute programs. Besides executing the programs, the CPU also controls the operation of all other components such as memory unit, input unit, output unit, etc. The major sections of CPU is arithmetic logic unit and control unit. I showed you in the diagram. This is the diagram. See, this is CPU. The main is control unit, arithmetic logic unit, memory unit. Control unit controls the activities of all the components, input devices, output devices, everything. What arithmetic logic unit does is, it performs all arithmetic operations. So primary unit is here, it stores. You have 2 types of memory, primary memory and secondary memory, that we will learn, okay, one by one. So here, central processing unit, the major sections of CPU are ALU and control unit. So ALU means arithmetic logic unit. The function of ALU is to perform arithmetic and logic operations such as addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division. It performs increment, decrement, left shift, clear operations, less than, greater than, all Boolean functions, true or false, everything. Relational operations, less than, greater than, logical operations such as and, or, not, XOR, etc. Okay. So all the arithmetic operations, trigonometric functions, whatever it is, all arithmetic which is included in ALU, all the arithmetic operations will be performed by ALU. Next is control unit. See, this control unit, it controls and coordinates the activities of all other units such as ALU, memory unit, input unit, output unit. Okay. So this is the main thing. It controls and directs whom should do what. Input unit, when you are giving some data to the computer, control unit immediately passes the control to input storage area to receive the data, like that. Inside that CPU, how it works, that I have explained very nicely in my video. Kindly watch my video. So here it manages and coordinates. See, it acts as a nervous system of computer. Okay, just like our brain. Our brain tells now, whenever you see somebody, if you know that person, you will smile or you'll say hi like that. Okay, so it passes the control to you to say hi or like that. Okay, so it is like that. So it acts as a nervous system of computer. It manages and coordinates the entire computer system. It obtains the instructions stored in memory, it decodes and directs other units to perform specified tasks. It also performs the physical data transfer between memory and peripheral devices. The main functions of a control unit are to control the transfer of data and information between various units and to initiate appropriate actions by arithmetic unit. Okay, with the diagram, I have explained you how control unit works. Okay, kindly watch my video. So here output unit. The output unit receives results and other information from the computer and it provides them to the user. For example, monitor, printer. So you are seeing the results on the monitor. The computer sends information to an output device in the binary form. Some of the popular output units are VDU. VDU means visual display unit, which is nothing but your monitor, printer, plotter, etc. In short, the following functions are performed by an output unit. It accepts the results produced by the computer which are in decoded form. It converts these coded results to human acceptable form. It supplies the converted results to outside world. I told you yesterday. So whatever you feed to the data is converted into digital. Digital is nothing but zeros and ones that we don't understand. When you want to see the output, that zeros and digital form is converted into human readable form, human acceptable form, right? All this is done inside the CPU. Okay, hope you have understood output unit, what output unit does. So monitor is also called as VDU. VDU, don't get confused. It is a monitor, visual display unit. The other name for monitor is visual display unit. They have asked in one NET exam. Monitor is also called as dash. It is VDU. Okay, we have to remember all that. If you're willing to take NET exams, whatever I am teaching will also help you for NET exams. Okay, next is primary memory. See, this primary memory, it is also called as a main memory or internal memory. It stores the data for processing and the program instructions. It is also the immediate access memory. It is a temporary memory and of limited capacity. So this memory area in which all programs and data are stored while the computer is executing programs. This is a temporary memory. Okay, main memory is very important to computer because it can be written to and read from at high speed. So whatever is happening at whatever you are feeding, it is going to the temporary memory first. So the standard base capacity for primary memory starts from 640 kilobytes, 1 MB, megabytes, 2 MB, 8 MB, etc., 4 GB, 256 MB in multiples of 2. Memory sizes depending on the needs of the user. Okay. So here the temporary memory is RAM. Primary memory, RAM and ROM are the primary memories. Okay, functions of primary memory: it holds the OS instructions while the computer is booting. Operating instruction temporary holds the input instructions from the input devices while the data is being input and processed. It stores the results temporarily until it is transferred to the or respective output devices. Stores program instructions prior to execution. All this is done. Okay, so when you start the computer, you can see Windows XP, Windows Vista, like that. So it's all it is storing in the RAM. Okay, types of they're all primary memory. Okay, so here types of primary memory. See, there are two types, RAM and ROM. RAM means random access memory. In RAM, you have two types, static RAM and dynamic RAM. ROM is read-only memory. You have different types of ROM. PROM, EPROM, EEPROM. ROM means read-only memory. See, this ROM is a permanent memory. Okay, so this is a primary memory. PROM means programmable read-only memory. EEPROM means erasable programmable read-only memory. We'll learn the difference. Okay, EEPROM means electronic erasable programmable read-only memory. RAM means it is a random access memory that allows information to be written to and read from the CPU. RAM stores information temporarily so that it is directly and speedily available to the microprocessor. It is also a memory storage device chip used for short-term storage of data and program instructions. Random access memory is constantly being refreshed with electrical impulses. RAM is said therefore to be volatile. Volatile means when the power goes off, the whole contents of the RAM gets deleted, vanished. So it is called as a volatile memory. RAM is a temporary memory, primary memory, and volatile memory. All these questions they have asked in NET. Information is stored depending on electrical power. Okay. The contents of RAM, random access memory, are temporarily stored and are lost when the electrical power is disrupted or when the computer is turned off. All programs and data must be transferred to RAM from an input device such as keyboard or from a secondary storage such as magnetic disk, pen drives, etc. before programs can be executed and data can be processed. See, whatever you do in the computer, all the things will be done in the RAM only. Okay, then you have to store it. A better term for RAM would be direct access memory. In RAM, each memory location has an address, just like a post office box. Using this address called a memory address, the CPU can store and retrieve data by going directly to a single location in memory. This is the RAM. This figure 2 shows RAM chip. This looks like this. You have different sizes in RAM. Higher the RAM, more the speed of the computer will be. Okay, some will say it is taking a lot of time to open the file, means your RAM size will be too small. So the speed of the computer also depends on RAM size. Okay, always don't go for MB, always go for GB. So next is ROM. ROM means read only memory. If everything in RAM is erased when the power is turned off from the computer, but in ROM, data is not erased when power goes off. I told you RAM is a temporary memory, it is a primary memory, it is a volatile memory. Why we call volatile memory? When the power goes off, the content gets erased, but not in the ROM case. Here in ROM, the data is stored permanently. Even if the power goes off, the data is not erased. The instructions to start the computer are stored in ROM chips, which are not volatile. When you start a computer, it will tell booting, like that. They're all the permanent data. Okay, when you start your computer, you can see so many instructions there. So the instructions, they're all permanently stored in ROM. The instructions to start the computer are stored in ROM chips, which are non-volatile. Non-volatile means even if the power goes off, also the contents are not erased. This is a type of memory that allows information to be read from and cannot be written to. It cannot be changed or altered by the user. It is once written, it is permanent. It is also a memory storage device chip used to store important data and program instructions permanently. Once you store the data, you cannot modify it or do say changes. Okay, it is stored permanently. Read-only memory is said to be static or non-volatile. Information storage does not depend on the availability of electricity. Okay, this means that what is stored in ROM is not lost when the electrical power to the computer is disrupted. Okay, when the computer is turned off. ROM can be used to store programs that will be required to perform specialized routine functions. For example, operating system, which is a program which controls the operations of the computer, and its resources are stored in ROM, so that every time the computer is switched on, the computer will check and load the operating system program into RAM, random access memory, from read-only memory. What is stored in this memory may not be destroyed. If someone tries to write over or erase or modify what is stored, okay, the information stored in ROM is burnt in by the manufacturer, and the user can only read and use the information program instructions stored. Okay, it is, once it is written, it is permanent, you cannot modify it. And the data and program instructions stored on read-only memory chips is stored in a way so that it cannot be changed by the user. Hence, it is called read-only memory, that is ROM. So as to allow for upgrades to ROM, most computers use flash memory or flash BIOS, PROM, EPROM. In personal computers, ROM is used to store computer's basic input-output system, BIOS. When you start the system, you can see BIOS starting like that. BIOS means basic input-output system. When you start your computer, also called booting, the BIOS executor boot sequence. In the boot sequence, the BIOS conducts various power on, self-test, post. All this you can see, including memory test, configuring the system's hardware, and locating the disk storage containing the boot sector. The boot sector contains the computer basic functions for startup operations. See, you can see this in the image. ROM chip looks like this. Okay, functions of ROM are to start up instructions for computer permanently, is to store program instructions. The computer will need to use control its operations. It is important to note that every computer must have both ROM and RAM. One needs to understand that the computer requires a memory to store programs and instructions that are currently in use by the CPU. This type of memory is known as RAM. However, the computer also has to be comprised of a memory to store program instructions. Programs and data are essential to the running of the computer. This type of memory is known as ROM. ROM is a permanent memory. So it is designed by the manufacturer. It is burnt means it is stored in the ROM permanently, so that when you start the program, when you start your computer, it gets ready to do input output operations, everything. Okay, next is cache memory. RAM is fast, but it isn't fast enough to support the processing speeds of today's super fast microprocessors such as Pentium 2. To enable these microprocessors to operate at such high speeds, today's computer designers uses cache memory. This memory is much faster than RAM, but it's also more expensive. Cache memory helps to improve the computer's overall performance. The microprocessor can use this memory to store frequently and recently accessed instructions, programs, and data. Okay, this you can have. This is cache memory is faster than RAM. Next is PROM. PROM means programmable read-only memory. This is one time. Here in PROM, one time the program is developed and it is recorded in the PROM. Okay, once it is developed, it can't be erased. It is one-time programmable non-volatile memory. It is a form of ROM where the data is permanent and cannot be changed. PROMs are used in digital electronic devices to store permanent data, usually low-level programs such as firmware, microcode. The key difference from a standard ROM is that the data is written into ROM during manufacture, while with a PROM, the data is programmed into them after manufacture. Programmed into them after manufacture. So ROMs are used only for large production runs, while PROMs are used for smaller production where the program may have to be changed. See, this PROM means it is for user requirements. They can have their own the utility programs. Okay, so once it is designed and stored in PROM, it cannot be erased. Okay, PROMs are manufactured blank, and depending on the technology, can be programmed. Okay, blank PROMs chips are programmed by plugging them into a device called PROM programmer. The information loaded into it will not be lost when the chip or the device loses power or is turned off. PROMs are used to store programs and data used when a device containing a computer processing chip is turned on. At boot up, information is loaded from the PROM. This is the PROM chip into active memory and then executed. Like a manufacturer. First, it will be blank. Then you can program this. This chip can be programmed according to the user's needs. Okay. Once this chip is programmed, the contents of PROM cannot be erased. So it is called as programmable read-only memory. In ROM, it is permanent. It is for the we all use ROM. This PROM is according to the user's requirements. Okay, so that is the difference. EEPROM is erasable programmable read-only memory. This is another type of ROM chip which allows the stored data to be erased and new data to be loaded, called EEPROM. Name only tells erasable, means once the program is written, it can be erased. Okay, so it is EEPROM. It provides considerable flexibility during the development stage of digital systems. Since EEPROMs are capable of retaining stored information for a long time, they can be used in place of ROMs while software is being developed. Hence, memory changes and updates can easily be incorporated. The major advantage of EEPROM is that their contents can be erased and reprogrammed. Okay. See, when you want to erase, so you have to ensure that it dissipating the charges trapped in the transistors of memory cells. Means this can be done by exposing this chip, EEPROM chip, to the ultraviolet light. See, this is EEPROM chip. This is EEPROM chip. This one is EEPROM chip. Here I told you the contents of this EEPROM chip can be erased by removing this chip from the computer and exposing this chip to the ultraviolet light. They are used in robots and other devices in which the program instructions stored will be changed or may be changed periodically. Okay, so here you can do the contents of this EEPROM can be erased by removing this chip from the computer system, exposing it to the ultraviolet light. In this EEPROM means EEPROM. EEPROM, it tells EEPROM means electronic erasable programmable read-only memory. It is advanced over EEPROM, and the chip need not be taken out from the machine. A major disadvantage of EEPROM is that a chip must be physically removed from the circuit for reprogramming, and that its entire contents are erased by the ultraviolet light. See, that is the difference. In EEPROM, you have to remove the chip and expose it to ultraviolet light. Here, the contents can be erased without removing the chip from the system. See, this is EEPROM. You can see this now. So, this is the EEPROM chip, means electronically erasable read-only memory. So here the advancement of EEPROM is without removing the chip from the computer, you can erase the contents of the chip by through electronically. So another possible version of erasable EEPROMs that can both be programmed and erased electrically, called EEPROMs, which do not have to be removed for erasing the program. It is also possible to erase the cell contents selectively. Okay, you can also remove the contents, selective contents. This figure shows the EEPROM. Okay, this is the EEPROM. It looks like this. These chips are used in point of sale terminals to record price related information and can be updated as and when needed. However, they are expensive compared to the normal ROM chips. So now you have learned what is students, you have learned means ROM, there are different types of primary memory. RAM you have learned, ROM you have learned. So RAM is what? It is a RAM is a primary memory, but it is a temporary memory. ROM is a permanent memory, but a primary memory. RAM is volatile. Why we call volatile? When the contents of the RAM gets vanished when the power is switched off, when the power goes off. Okay, but ROM is a permanent memory. The contents doesn't get erased. But there are different types of ROM. Are there PROM, EPROM, EPROM? PROM means programmable. Once it is programmed, you cannot change the contents. So EPROM means erasable. You can erase the program and erase the program and again do it by removing this. The difference is removing the chip from the computer physically and exposing it to the ultraviolet light. The advancement is EEPROM. This without removing the chip from the computer, you have to electronically remove the contents. Okay, so this is RAM, you have seen. So this is ROM and different types of ROM we have learned. Okay, ROM cache memory is the fastest memory. That also you have learned. You have learned EEPROM, EEPROM. This is EEPROM. This is EEPROM. Okay, students. So hope you have understood ROM and RAM. Different types of ROM also I have explained. Okay. So here now we'll learn input devices. So input devices, I told you, whatever you feed to the computer becomes the input data. See, you can see this. This is a keyboard. Keyboard is an input device. It allows the user to enter data and instructions into the computer. All computer keyboards have a typing area that includes the letters of the alphabets, punctuation marks, and other basic keys. You have seen this is a keyboard. You have already seen. You have functional F1 to F12. They are all functional keys. You just observe the keyboard. Okay, you have alphabets, numbers, special characters, punctuation marks, less than, greater than. So many keys are there. Okay. So many desktop computer keyboards also have a numeric keypad located on the right side of the keyboard. On notebook and many handheld computers, the keyboard is built into the top of the system unit. A standard computer keyboard is called a QWERTY keyboard, QWERTY keyboard, because of the layout of its typing area, which is similar to that of a typewriter. Okay, so this is what QWERTY keyboard means, just like a typewriter. You might have seen typewriter. New multimedia keyboards have special keys for accessing music, web, and other programs. Now, latest keyboards are coming with music keys and then internet keys. When you press that keys, if you press that internet key, it will go to the browser. If you press the music, it will go to the audio. So like that. Okay, so now advanced keyboards are also available in the market. Also, gaming keyboards have extra function keys which can be programmed with keystroke macros. These are non-standard special functions that are not found on a standard keyboard. Advantages are it is not necessary to buy additional equipment because most computer systems are normally supplied with keyboards. When you purchase a computer, they only supply you with the keyboard. Entering data and instructions with keyboard is generally faster than with pointing devices. So then what are the disadvantages of using keyboard? It takes a lot of time to practice in order to type quickly and accurately. Typing speeds are still very slow when compared with computer speeds. Now mouse. Mouse is an input device. You can see you all have it. This mouse has got three buttons, left button, right button. This is a wheel is there, that is a scrolling wheel. A mouse is the most widely used pointing devices with GUI. GUI means graphical user interface. It is very friendly. It is a mechanical mouse. A mechanical mouse has a rubber ball on its underside to detect the movement of the mouse. An optical mouse uses devices that emit and sense light to detect the mouse movement. A cordless mouse, either mechanical or optical, transmit data using wireless technology such as radio or infrared laser. See, you might have seen many types of mouse. Earlier there were two buttons. At the bottom of the mouse, a ball was there. Okay, so this ball, the moving of the rubber ball, used to detect the movement of the mouse x and y coordinates. So this is the mouse pointer. You can see this. This is the mouse pointer. So there are different types of mouse are there. Optical mouse. This optical mouse, this uses the light to detect the mouse movement. Cordless mouse without the cord, it uses radio waves or infrared light waves. Okay, so you have seen many types of mouse. Earlier, the first mouse was the rubber ball. Disadvantage was that was cheaper. Advantage means in that is it is cheaper, but it used to in between you have to clean, you have to remove that rubber ball, clean it with the spirit, again insert that ball. So that it used to it was very time consuming. Okay, so now many types of mouse are available: laser mouse, optical mouse, cordless mouse. Okay, advantage is user friendly for computer beginners. A mouse is easy and convenient to use with a graphical user interface. Using a mouse to select items or to move a particular position on the screen faster than using a keyboard. So if you have a mouse, you can easily select like this. It can pound, do cut and paste rather than the keyboard. Okay, so there are all the advantages. Disadvantages is it is not easy and convenient to put input text with a mouse. You cannot input text with a mouse. So issuing commands by using a mouse is slower than using a keyboard. Okay, a mouse is not accurate enough for drawing that require high precision. A mouse usually requires a flat surface to operate. A mouse needs more desktop space to operate when compared with a trackball. Okay. Now trackball. See, this picture shows you the trackball. What is this trackball? A trackball is an input device. This is a stationary pointing device with the ball mechanism on its top. You can see this red color. Okay. Ball. Trackball looks like a mouse that is placed upside down, okay, with an exposed protruding ball. It is used to position the cursor and move images on a computer screen. The user can navigate across the screen by using the trackball. So advantages are a trackball is good for limited desk space because the user does not have to move the entire device. Disadvantage ಏನಪ್ಪ ಅಂದ್ರೆ a trackball is usually not as accurate as a mouse. A ball mechanism of trackballs requires more frequent cleaning than a mouse. Next is touchpad. So this is touchpad you have seen in the laptop. Touchpad is a small pressure and is a small area and motion sensitive, a small pressure and motion sensitive area on a portable computer that we can use to move the mouse pointer. Instead of having an external peripheral device such as mouse, the mouse pad enables the user to interact with the device through the use of a single or multiple fingers being dragged across relative position on a sensitive pad. See, instead of using the mouse, you can use this space by using your finger. Instead of using the mouse, you can use your finger to point the text. When we move our finger across the pad, the mouse pointer on the screen moves in the same direction. A touchpad is an alternative to a mouse. So here are advantages. Easy and fast one finger control, ideal for portable devices. Expensive, expensive and found in specific device. For example, laptops. You have a small area. This is the small area in laptops. This is left, right button. So here it shows all that. Okay, so all these mouse properties are available in this. So here touch screen, you know touch screen. You can use your finger. Touch screen is an input output touch sensitive display. Touch screen are often used for information kiosks located in department stores, hotel, airports, and museums. Touch screens are also used for ATM machines to allow easy access of bank accounts. You have already using your smartphones. When you go to ATM, you have touch screen. So okay, that allows you input output operations. Advantages of a touch screen include no extra peripherals are needed except the monitor. A touch screen allows easy access to commands, which are usually identified by words or symbols on the screen. When you click on that screen, it opens. Okay, when you just point on that screen. Disadvantage of touch screen include touch screen are not suitable for inputting a large amount of data because they require a lot of arm movements. Only items already on the screen can be selected. Okay. Next is joystick. See, this is called as a joystick. This is an input device. Joystick is an input device. It is a pointing device with a vertical lever mounted on a base. The lever usually includes buttons called triggers which activate certain events when pressed. Joysticks are mainly used for computer games and ultrasound scanners in hospitals. See, children they play computer games now using this. So this is called as a joystick. The small buttons will be there. Okay, advantages of using a joystick include joystick allows fast interaction required in most games. Disadvantages, it is difficult to use a joystick to select objects accurately on the screen. Next is barcode reader. See, this is a barcode reader. This is an input device. Barcode reader uses laser beams to read barcodes. A barcode reader reads a barcode by using light patterns that pass through the barcode lines. Okay, barcode readers are widely used in POS. For example, supermarkets, departmental stores, libraries, etc. So here, when you purchase whatever when you go to the mall and purchase some items, it will be just they will not enter the price of the item. They will just point that it is just like T-shape. You can see here, no, a small button is there. When they press the button, it reads. So this barcoding is nothing but thick black and white lines, which converts to the digital numbers. Okay. Advantages is the process of data entry is fast and accurate. Barcodes can be printed by normal printing methods. No need to write down or key in the name of the item or its actual price. Disadvantage is a barcode reader may misread a barcode if there is any dirt or mark on the code. Only numbers can be coded. Okay, dear students, today you have learnt so many input devices, keyboard, mouse, joystick, then joystick, touch screen, then touchpad, trackball. So these are all the input devices. So you have learned this. Some more input devices are there. So they are magnetic ink character reader. So this is MICR. So this magnetic ink character MICR means it can read text printed with magnetized ink, magnetic ink character recognition. MICR means magnetic ink character recognition is used most exclusively in banking industry for processing checks. The characters represent the check number, the bank number, and the account number of customers. Now all checks are MICR checks only. So MICR is difficult to forge advantages. Documents can still be read when folded or written on. Okay. Disadvantages is MICR readers and encoders are very expensive. The system can only accept a few different character sets. Next is scanner. This is a scanner, image scanner. So here you have two types of scanners. This is a light sensing input device that converts printed text and graphics into a digital form that can be further processed by the computer. Two popular types of scanners are a flatbed scanner and handheld scanner. Okay. A flatbed scanner is just like a copy machine that creates a file of the document rather than a paper. See, this is where you can scan your photo, scan your document. Okay, handheld scanner can manually pass over the image to a scan. For example, your barcode scanner is a handheld scanner. So hand is which cap logos can be manually passed over the image to be scanned. A portable devices you can use to copy an image from a paper to your computer. Handheld scanners are ideal for capturing small images such as signatures and logos. A handheld scanner is smaller, lesser expensive. okay, and more portable than a flatbed scanner. Scanners are mainly used for image processing, which consists of capturing, storing, analyzing, displaying, printing, and manipulating images. Many scanners also include optical character recognition and OCR. See, there are two types. See, even your smartphone can be used as a scanner. So they are all handheld scanners. They are flatbed scanners. In flatbed gas scanners, we have two types: OCR. OCR means optical character recognition. OMR means optical mark recognition. So here OMR means you might have seen the small round circles will be there that you have to fill that. So when you take some entrance exam and all, they'll give you OMR sheets. You might have seen that. So here you will have to color the circle, color the circle of the correct answer. Okay, A, B, C choice will be given. If A is correct, you have to encircle. You have to shade the circle A. So all these sheets, OMR sheets, will be processed by putting it into the flatbed scanners. At one time, you can put 200 OMR sheets. One by one, it will read and display it. Okay, so like that. So flatbed scanners, OCR means optical character recognition. See, when you open an account in a bank, they'll give you a form with small squares. In each square, you suppose if your name is Suma, in each square you'll write yes. In the other square, you'll write UMA. In each square, you'll write a letter, so that you will not be writing continuously. In each square, you'll put the alphabet of your name. Okay. So here, when you process this application inside the flatbed scanner, your name, your address, everything gets digitally transferred to the system. Okay. So now you know OCR, OMR, they all come under flatbed scanner. And disadvantages: a scanner is best for two-dimensional objects only, difficult to scan 3D objects. Scanned images usually take up a lot of storage space. Next is graphic tablet. This is a graphic tablet. It's a flat rectangular electronic plastic board on which a stylus writes or draws. It mainly used for computer aided design and drafting by architects, map makers, artists, designers. Each location on the graphic tablets correspond to specific location on the screen. A graphic tablet can be used to digitize drawing with great accuracy. Advantage: a stylus can be pointed to different positions on the tablet quickly. Disadvantages is tablet includes a graphics tablet include a stylus and a graphics tablet normally have to work together and cannot work separately. So optical mark recognition, I told you, OMR readers, it senses hand drawn marks such as small circles, rectangle made on pre-printed forms in certain places. OMR reader first reads the answer key sheet to record the answers based on the patterns of light, and then reads the remaining document and matches the patterns of light against the answer key sheet. OMR readers are often used for marking multiple choice answers, as I told you. During entrance exam, they'll give you choices, right? So capturing data from questionnaires, enrollment forms, and lottery tickets, etc. This is a flatbed scanner. Here, a small OMR sheets are inserted. Advantages are OMR has a better recognition rate than OCR because fewer mistakes are made by machines to read marks than by reading handwritten characters. Large volumes of data can be collected quickly and easily without the need for specially trained staff. The cost of inputting data and the chance of data input errors could be reduced because it is not necessary to type the details for data entry. Disadvantages of OMR readers include the OMR reader needs to be reprogrammed for each new document design. Okay, these OMR sheets are different for different exams, right? It has to be reprogrammed. OMR readers are relatively slow. The person putting marks on the document must follow the instructions precisely. Any folding or dirt on a form may prevent the form from being read correctly. Next is digital camera. Digital camera. This is your digital camera. It is an input device Digital camera takes pictures and stores the images digitally rather than on traditional film. Digital cameras use different media to store images, which include flash memory, card, floppy disk, compact disk, etc. Digital means what? Even your photo gets converted into zeros and ones. That is digital. Your photo is also stored in the form of digital. Digital means in the form of zeros and ones. Advantages are save money for buying films and developing costs in long term. Advantages, you have a lot of advantages. You can click your photo as many as you want and delete it which you don't want. Okay, so it's that is the, it saves you money. Images taken can be reviewed. You can review if the photo is not nice, you can retake the photo. Unwanted images can be deleted immediately after the preview. Suppose if it is not nice, you can delete it. Photographic images can be digitized directly without using a scanner. So when you are using a digital photo, it can be, you don't need a scanner to make it into digital. Okay, so the disadvantage is digital cameras are normally more expensive than ordinary film cameras with similar functions. They are little bit expensive. Photo printing cost for digital camera is generally higher than that for ordinary film cameras. See, depending on the quality of the photo you want. Okay, high resolution photo, if you want a good quality of photo, all depends on the printer. So next is light pen. Light pen is an input. This is the light pen. Okay, is an input device. A light pen is a pointing device that can detect the presence of light. By pointing a light pen at the computer screen and pressing its input button, we can make selections from a menu, draw a picture, or perform whatever function the computer program we are using allows. So light pens are used by healthcare professionals such as doctors and dentists, and for engineering design work. Advantages: using a light pen is more direct and precise than using a mouse. Light pen is also convenient for applications with limited desktop space. Disadvantages is light pens normally require a specially designed monitor to work with. Handwritten recognition. Handwritten recognition is, this is the handwritten, you have written something. Handwritten recognition is a technique which allows a computer system to recognize characters and other symbols written by hand in natural handwriting. The technology is used for identification and also on devices such as PD and tablet PCs. After one writes on screen with a stylus, the computer turns that person's handwriting into digital text. Advantage is handwritten recognition works regardless of which language text is written. It is a language independent. It requires a minimal or no training to use. It has a very minimal system requirements and provides immediate input. Disadvantages: cannot recognize mathematical symbols, only understand linear structures. It is very tiring for the arms. Handwritten needs to be clear for it to be re-recognized. Next is modem. Modem means what? It is an input device called modulator and demodulator. It is used for internet connection. It transfers analog signals to digital signals and vice versa. There are two types, internal and external modem. External modems are preferred as internal modem draws resources from CPU because it is based on HSP, host signal processing technology. You have many speeds in modem: 14.4, 28.8, 36, 56 kbps, etc. The modem is a hardware device that enables a computer to send and receive information over telephone lines by converting the digital data used by your computer into an analog signal and used on phone line and then converting it back once. Means, see, if you have an internet connection in your desktop, you need a modem. What modem does is, telephone modem, it converts your telephone doesn't understands your digital. So when you're sending the email from one computer to the other, you're using modem. So how you are sending through the telephone? Telephone doesn't understand digital. So this modem converts the digital signals into analog signals when you're transferring that data to the through the telephone. So through the telephone, it goes to other computer. At that end, the analog signals will be converted into digital. That is what I call vice versa, means analog to digital, digital to analog. So modem converts the digital signals to analog signals when it has to go through the telephone lines. When the signals are coming from telephone to computer, that analog signals will be converted into digital. Hope you might have understood this. So here we have finished all the input devices. Now output devices. So output devices, monitors, different types of monitors, printers, they all come under output devices. So classification of monitors. So there are two types of monitors, monochrome and CR. Monochrome monitors means only single color. So they are called as, what they are called as, monochrome means single color, black and white. If you are using color monitor, RGB means they are colored monitors. So there are different types of monitors are there. CRT monitors. See, this is a monitor. This monitor is an output device where you can see the output. Okay, to see the whole work you can do on the monitor only. So this is called as a cathode ray tube monitor, because you can see this is a big dabba type. So this is what the CRT, because of the a bulb. This monitor displays what is going on in your computer. They can run at various resolutions. So it just looks like TV. Even the earlier TVs, earlier monitor, they were all CRT. It looks like this. So this is the normal CRT monitor. Okay. So working of CRT, it's not needed for you. So okay, next is LCD monitor. This is thin monitor. See the difference. This is CRT tube. This is CRT tube. Okay, because of this tube, this computer looked like this big dabba type, even your earlier TVs. Now, this CRT tube is replaced by the LCD. LCD means liquid crystal display. So this is thin, looks so nice. Okay, so this is the difference. How you can how you can they are these monitors are lightweight monitors. They are used in laptop, your mobile phones, okay, television sets. Your color is very nice when compared to CRT tube. See, when you touch your mobile phone or any LCD monitors with a wet hands, it displays you 7 colors, right? So they are liquid crystal display monitors. So you can identify. Next you have TFT monitors, means TFT LCD, thin filament transistor liquid crystal display, combination of TFT and LCD. It is a type of monitor which is used thin filament transistor. This is little bit costlier, but image is very nice in this TFT LCD monitors. Okay, the next one is LED, light emitting diodes. LED monitors are very costly. See, this is picture is very nice, high resolution. In any side, in any direction, if you see, it looks the same. Okay, so this is the costliest one. LED means light emitting diode. So this is very costly, very nice resolution. So you can have a TV, LED monitors, LED laptops, all that. Next is projection display, projector. This is a projector where you can see a projected, you can see a big image. These are normally used for large group presentations. Suppose if you want to give a presentation, you can use the projector. These systems can be connected to a computer, and whatever appears on the computer terminal gets enlarged and projected on a large screen. Video projector receives video signal and projects the corresponding image on a projection screen. It uses a lens system for this projection. See, whatever is displayed in your monitor, it projects in a enlarged form. Okay, LCD overhead projector is there. These are popularly used for seminars, classroom lectures, marketing presentation, conference room presentation, etc. Okay, so this is a projector. You can see this. You have a lens here. You can zoom it. You can make the object bigger in size. Okay, students, you have learned all different types of input devices, output devices. Now you will learn the printer. Printer is an output device. See, printers are classified into two types, in impact printers and non-impact printers. Again, in impact printers, you have character printer and line printer. In character printer, you have a dot matrix printer. In this, you have a daisy wheel printer. So in non-impact printers, you have character printer, again page printer. In character printer, you have inkjet printer. In page printer, you have laser printer. See, why we call it an impact printer? Because it is giving an impact. So most of you have seen the dot matrix printer. See, this is a dot matrix printer. Will be like this. Okay. See, all of you have seen this dot matrix printer. See, when you travel from Mysore to Bangalore, you will buy a ticket in the railway station. So when you buy that ticket, you can see the price 75 rupees or 150 rupees printed on that. Okay, you are traveling from which place to which source to destination, Mysore to Bangalore. So that the ticket printed is the dot matrix printer. This is the cheapest printer. This is the impact printer. See, the technology is it uses a ribbon that it is impacted, means it hits the cartridge, so it is called as an impact printer. Okay, so see, you can see the output will be like this. More the dots on the pin, more the clarity will be. Okay, so here you have in impact printers, so character printers is daisy wheel printer. This is a daisy wheel printer. This is just like your typewriter. You might have seen the typewriter. For each character, you have a different string. So this is called, this daisy wheel printer is called as a character printer. Each character is printed. Okay. Dot matrix printer is it printers line by line. Okay, you can see this. So advantages is dot matrix printers, they are very cheap. Like any impact printers, multi-part stationary, carbon copy, or can make carbon copies. Impact printers have one of the lowest printing cost. Then they are able to use continuous paper rather than requiring individual sheets. You can put one whole big ream. So it is they are the advantages. Disadvantages is the impact printers, they are usually noisy. They can only print low resolution graphics. See, the output of this printout is not so clear. It prints in the form of dots. Okay, so higher the resolution, more the dots on the pin, it will be very clear. Okay, the limited color performances and limited quality, colors are very less. So these printers are slow, speed can be 255 characters per second. Speed may vary from one printer to the another. Line printer. See, this is a line printer. As the name suggests, a line printer is a high-speed printer which is used to print one entire line of text at a time. This is the line printer, the whole line at a time. Line printers are used to print large amount of data, then printing labels, accounting work, other large business printing applications in data centers. These are fast printing, ranging in speed from 300 to 2500 lines per minute. Examples are drum printers and chain printers. See, this is the line printer, the whole line at one time. See, non-impact printers are inkjet printers. This is an inkjet printer. See, this is works on inkjet technology, produces better quality printouts than dot matrix printers. These print by spraying a controlled stream of tiny ink droplets accurately on the paper, forming either dot matrix or solid characters. So the printing quality of these printers is very good, with a speed of 300 or with a speed of 700 or more characters per second. These are non-impact and hence are relatively silent during the printing process. It doesn't make any noise. For example, when you go to the photographer, when you take a passport size any photo of yours, they'll print on this inkjet printers only. The quality is very nice, but it is very expensive and it gives you a very nice photo with high resolution. These printers are easy to use and can be used to print color pages. Advantages to other printers: inkjet printers have a number of advantages. They are quieter in operation than impact printers. They can print finer, smoother details through higher print head resolution. They can produce photographic quality text and images. Disadvantages are the ink is often very expensive. The ink cartridge is very expensive. Whereas in dot matrix, ribbon cartridge is less compared to the ink that is the cheapest in dot matrix. This ink is very inkjet printer ink is very that cartridge is very expensive. Many intelligent ink cartridges contain a microchip that communicates the estimated ink level to the printer. This may cause the printer to display an error. Laser printer is the finest. It is very nice, beautiful when you compare to the laser. Dot, when you compare to dot matrix or this is inkjet, this is the best laser printer. It is very, very expensive. So here, high quality text, graphics are very expensive. This technology is the same as photocopying. The speed of laser printers is very fast compared to inkjet printers. Laser printers are also called as page printers because it prints a whole page at one go. Standard laser printers can be classified into two categories: monochrome laser printer and color laser printers. You have two types: black and white color printer and color printer. Color printer is most expensive. See, this is what inside the color. This is the cylindrical cartridge. This is the cylindrical cartridge. Because of this only, it is very expensive. Here inside the cylindrical cartridge, a powder given when you give the command, powder gets melted and it prints. So this is the laser printer. It is very nice. Image is very nice and very expensive. See, when you have a plotter is a special kind of output device it is like a printer, produces images on paper, but does so in different way. Plotters to produce large drawings or images such as construction plans for buildings or blueprints for mechanical objects. All engineers, they use plotters. A plotter can be connected to the port normally used by a printer. An array of different colored pens in a clip rack and a robotic arm is part of plotter. The instructions that a plotter receives from a computer consists of a color and beginning and ending coordinates for a line. With that information, the plotter picks up the appropriate pen through its arm, positions it at the beginning coordinates, drops the pen down to the surface of the paper and draws to the ending coordinates. Plotters draw curves by creating a sequence of very short straight lines. Plotters usually come in two designs: flat bed. These plotters are small size to be kept on table with restriction of paper size. Drum. These plotters are of big size using rolls of papers of unlimited length. See, this is flatbed plotter, this is drum plotter. Now you know why we use. So now you have learned output devices also. So students, you have learned input devices, you have learned output devices. Now tomorrow I think I will finish off this secondary storage devices. Okay, we will learn secondary storage devices now. Hope you are not getting bored. So I will continue secondary storage devices. See, what do you mean by secondary storage devices? Secondary storage devices, they are also called as auxiliary storage devices. For example, magnetic tape, magnetic disk, hard disk, magnetic drum, floppy disk, compact disk, DVD, flash memory, external hard disk, Blu-ray disk. They are all the secondary storage devices. Magnetic tape. See, this is a magnetic tapes. These we were using earlier. Now we don't use. So this is the magnetic disk. Next is magnetic. It has got a metallic disk where the data is written. So this is the hard disk. Inside your CPU, you have a hard disk like this. It has got a power connector. And all the data is stored in that. So that is the hard disk. So hard disk, it looks like this sectors. This construction is not needed for you. It stores and retrieves data at high speed. So you can delete the data, you can write the data on that. Next is floppy disk. So this is the floppy disk. We are not using this. So this is a magnetic disk where it allows you to store the data, delete the data. Okay. So next is optical disk. So secondary storage you have. Next is optical disk. So in this, you will be learning optical disc. You have optical discs are CD-ROM, means compact disc read-only memory, CD read-write, then CDR, so DVD, Blu-ray. So here it is means read-write, read-only. CDR means read-only compact disc. Once the data is written, you cannot change. This is compact disc. RW means you can read and write. So you can also erase. See, this is the compact disc. You have already seen DVD-ROM. Here the storage is high when compared to the CD read-ROM read-write. You can store huge. You can in DVDs you can store one whole movie. So it is easy. Flash memory. Flash memory is a special type of EEPROM that can be erased and reprogrammed. Okay, Blu-ray disc. Blu-ray or BD, short form of Blu-ray disc is BD, is a new optical disc format capable of playing at high definition video, Blu-ray, storing large amounts of data up to 50 gigabytes on a dual layer disc. The name Blu-ray is derived from the blue laser, which is used to read and write to Blu-ray discs. This technology allows you to record 5x the amount of data on your Blu-ray versus normal DVD. See, in normal DVD, what you store, the 5 times the data you can store in BDR. Okay. So BDR means Blu-ray disc. Okay. So here BD Blu-ray disc. So there are many different types of Blu-ray recorder: BDR, read writable Blu-ray, RE. BDR means recordable, RE means writable. Okay, dual layer recordable, BDRDL, dual layer rewritable, REDL, inkjet printable Blu-ray, and thermal printable Blu-ray media. So these are different types of CDs also you have learned. Dear students, tomorrow I'll continue with the introduction to number systems. See, just number systems, I'll agree. I need this. I will just explain you the number systems, how it is classified, because this, in order to learn in detail, you need more classes for this. So tomorrow I'll just tell you what is a number system, what is a binary number system, what is decimal number system, what is hexadecimal number system. So all this I'll just give you a brief introduction of this. Okay. So ones complement, tens complement is not there, octal is there, hexa is there. So tomorrow's class I will continue with the number systems. Okay, tomorrow will now number systems. Non-weighted courses are not there for you, so I will skip this portion. Tomorrow we'll learn number systems, and then classification software means what, operating system means what. Then we will learn different types of viruses. Okay, students, thank you for patience listening. Tomorrow I will complete the rest of the topic. Okay. Okay. Thank you, students. Hope you have understood what I have taught you in today's class. Okay. Any doubts regarding my today's class? Hope you have understood what I have taught you today. Tomorrow tomorrow I will continue and I will complete number systems. I'll give you a brief introduction of the number systems, and then I will teach you different types of software, how softwares are classified, and then we will learn different types of viruses. Thank you, students. Thank you for patience listening. If you have any doubts, you can chat with me now. I will clear your doubts. Anybody? Okay, shall I exit? Hope you don't have any doubts. Hope you have understood everything what I taught you today. Okay. It is very clear, very clearly I have explained you. Okay, thank you, students. I'll just log off.